I'm Bleddyn Davies, and this year I will be one of the farms measuring and sharing grass growth data as part of the Welsh Pasture project. I will also be sharing our grazing management decisions so others can gain an insight into our strategy throughout the year. So here at Blaenglowon Fawr, we're grazing about 380 acres, beef and sheep, traditional beef and sheep. Sheep enterprise is made up of Welsh ewes and Welsh Cross Aberfield ewes, running commercially. We also have 25 suckler cows and 40 dairy beef calves. On the yard we're at about 700 feet. We raised to about 1,000 feet at the top fields, all of which is now able to be rotationally grazed. We went into rotational grazing about 2-3 years ago with the lambs, and that sort of expanded, and except for tupping and turnout with lambs, they're on rotational grazing all year round. In general, we are a good grass growing farm. We get plenty of rain and quite free draining soils, but we have seen a difference in the change of strategy. We are getting better yields after going to rotational grazing, and this is without the additional artificial fertiliser applications. I've been measuring and rotationally grazing for about 3 years here now at Blaenglowon Fawr. It started with just rotating fat lambs on a red clover lay, and that soon expanded into rotational grazing with ewes and lambs when they're about a month old. And that's now turned into being able to rotational graze on an all grass wintering system with the ewes then, which sees me through the winter without additional forage and cutting down on bought-in feed. The advantages of measuring the grass is we are now able to work out the yield and yield potential of each field and each area of the farm then. So we've been able to pick out the worst performing fields for improvement. This has also allowed us to cut costs, because we know we've got enough grass to see us through the summer, in which we don't have to apply artificial fertiliser when it's not needed. We rotationally graze most of the year now. It started with just rotationally grazing fat lambs on red clover lays, but it's expanded into rotationally grazing ewes and lambs once the lambs are about a month old. We also rotational graze all winter and on an all grass wintering system. So ewes are kept out until 2 weeks pre-lambing, and this is all done off grass, nothing else, which has allowed us to cut costs. It's also allowed us to save and protect the grass for the spring on turnout. So we've seen we've got more grass at turnout, which is also beneficial. And we've also seen a greater increase in grass growth due to the bigger, longer rest periods for the grass and the root structures. We've been able to grow more grass, and earlier and later in the season as well. All grass wintering, we're doing it for the second time this year. It worked well last year, and it's worked well this year at some stages. There are a few issues we have encountered. On the whole, we've been able to keep enough grass in front of them. We do have to bring them in this year slightly ahead of schedule due to weather and sheep trotting the grass in and losing a day on some of the paddocks. But on the whole, we've seen it very beneficial. The ewes get plenty of food and they seem content. We have had to go to plan A and from plan A then to plan B and C a few times, where they've gone out through the electric fence and grazed the paddock they were meant to be in a few days' time. So we've lost a few days there, but on the whole, yes, we've seen it very beneficial, and we will be trying it again next year. Spring grazing at turnout, ewes will go out to be set stocked with lambs 24-48 hours after birth. Due to being able to all grass winter then on a different section of the farm, the section where we will be turning out to be set stocked has had sufficient rest over the winter period. Our current farm cover is about 1,800 kilos of dry matter per hectare, but the turnout fields are at about 2,000, 2,001. For those not measuring and not used to measuring, that would be sort of ankle-high grass for the spring, and we still got a month growth to go before turnout, so hopefully that'll be increased a little bit. Seeing the benefits that measuring grass has brought us here, and the savings it's both financially and performance-wise, I definitely encourage people to go out and measure, be that with a plate meter or a measuring stick. It's beneficial to know where your grass is at, And as you walk the farm to measure, it's beneficial then to see which fields might have a weed problem or which ones seem to be the fittest fields then.